Now, I'd like to redirect you guys. Now, statues have been in the news of late, either putting them up or taking them down. But there was an article, Finey, and it was in the Ararat Advocate, of all places. And one of Stall's favourite sons, former North Melbourne and Geelong star Liam Pickering, named Rene Kink the best player to come out of Ararat and believes he deserves a statue in the main drag at Ararat.
Yes.
Just got the nod ahead of one of the best centremen ever to play the game. Played for the Carrying Bush, 158 games, Barry Price.
Yep.
So Liam Pickering is asking the city of Ararat to erect a statue in honour of the great Rene Kink.
What a great idea. And look, I mean, in a second, Rene, I'd just say Barry was a great player, but I mean, Rene stormed onto the football scene. So, all jokes aside, we haven't seen anything like him in a young man. He played in all those losing grand finals, which is a bit unfortunate. But when you add the personality, the character, the brilliant dynamic football, and I'm pretty sure Ararat, they're a good progressive town. I reckon Ararat might have like a Chinese Australian museum. There's a couple of attractions at Ararat. So I reckon that Ararat would be all over this. Rene, great honour, but how would you feel if before you turned off to Macca's for a bit of a break on the way to Adelaide, there was the big Rene Kink statue?
Yeah, look, my mate up at Ararat ragged me up and he said, look, it's in the Ararat Advertiser and they're talking about building a statue. And I said, oh, please leave me alone. That's the greatest lot of bull of all time. And sure enough, he sent me down that little cutting. There it was. And it was all brought about by Liam Pickering talking about his closeness, which was Stall, and he understood Ararat and found out obviously what I did up there as a young man. And put me up against Barry Price, and there's a couple of others as well that came out of Ararat. So, it's something nice to talk about. I don't think it'll ever happen, and it shouldn't happen. But look, what a nice thought to play around with and say, wow, this has made the back page of the Ararat Advertiser, and they're talking about building a statue, and at 63 you're allowed to brag about that, aren't you, Piney?
You better, Rene. Whether or not they ever erect the statue, it is due recognition of one of country football's great players. I mean, it's so easy to muck around. Oh, we have a bit of a joke here or there, but by crikey, when Rene Kink was at the height of his powers, there wasn't many footballers in the game that could go a yard with him. So if there was a statue of Rene, what is the sort of the mind's eye image of the Rene pose that would have to be recreated? What would you go with, Troy?
Well, I'd have Rene pivoting on the right foot, launching the Sharon towards goal. That's how I remember Rene in all those finals games he played for Collingwood.
Yeah. I mean, I'd have the ball tucked under one arm, that short sleeve jumper.
Yeah.
I don't know how the sculptor would recreate those glossy oiled arms, those big muscular glossy arms, but you've got the ball under one, sort of like busting through a pack, and then in the other hand, a pair of scissors and a comb.
That'd work. I think that'd work.
A barnstorming hairdresser from Ararat.
Yes. That's fantastic.
Yeah, no, it'd be great. And there'd be a million photos taken up there and lots of girls coming up to take those photos. So I'd be very happy about that.